Tonight I'm going to be doing something based on a thing I made before. You all saw my videos on it. You may have seen it. And this recent one I posted. This one's about my fans there called Ben 10. You can hear by the name. It's obviously based off of Ben 10. I know it's just a knockoff, but I don't really care. Had it on my mind for a while and I decided to do it. It's also based off the Ben 10 Shocky Trick thing that's been going around. Made by Alien. They became really popular. Saw something like this, and I created Shen 10. He has a magic gauntlet that allows him to summon mystical creatures, much like the Shocky tricks and Ben 10's Honor tricks, but he doesn't turn into them. Instead, he summons monsters that are within the gauntlet that were tamed by other hunters from 1,000 years. But previous hunters, over the decades of using it, they have all those monsters in there that you can summon at will. Well, not at will, just much like the Omnitrix. Anyway, as you can see from here, this one is Yamato. She's an Oni, one of Shen's earliest summons. And as you can see, she's based off of forearms. I'll be drawing a few of them tonight. Let me know what you think about them in the comments. Feel free to leave your ideas. Right now, I'm going to be drawing Jelly. She's a slime monster with based off of Ben 10's Alien Force Goop. Hope you enjoy it. Each of the monsters are clingy and have their own feeling for Shen. Like Jelly, she's very attached to Shen, often clinging to him a lot. However, when she clings to him, she sometimes sucks him into her gelatinous body. He has to be pulled out immediately from her, otherwise she'll unintentionally digest him. She also likes sweets and being around Shen. She's very overprotective of him, trying to keep him as close to her as possible. Often sucking donuts and sweets into her gelatinous body. Friendly and playful, as well as also having a very, very soft spot for Shen. Over gelatinous body, she can parry any physical attack. Hello, Spooky Hunt. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing something I call Shen 10, based off of Ben 10. I'm drawing on the monster that I made, Jelly, the slime monster I made, based off of Ben 10's goop. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section about it. Thank you, Ron Nation. Welcome to the stream. It's always good to hear from you. Hello, Spanx. Welcome to the stream. I also enjoy Ben 10, but I've enjoyed Ben 10 Classic the most. Most like most fans, I enjoy Ben 10 Classic. Don't really care for the reboot. Changed so much about it. Alien Force started out good, but, well, After a while in the later seasons, it got a little boring. Not to mention, Ben became insufferable, became a big jerk. It's so annoying. And in Omniverse, he just got worse. Got full of himself. There are moments in the show when Ben obviously needs a really good smack in the head. When Ben needs a reality check. He is not invincible. And oftentimes, I wish someone in the show should give him a good smack in the head. Let me know what you think in the comments. The reboot changed so much about Ben's lore. For one thing, Zombozo was in the show more than he was in the old one. He was only in Classic for one episode. Then he came back in the Alien Force, Ultimate Alien. Then, for some reason, in Omniverse, he became a zombie. If Zombozo wasn't an alien, then how did he die and how did he come back a zombie? One of the unanswered questions in Ben 10. Because in later season, everything, all different weird stuff that happened in Ben 10, which had been explained as being aliens. Which I felt kind of lazy, really. But they never actually explained what exactly was Zombozo. He was a zombie, how did he come back to life? I like to know the circuit freaks weren't actual aliens, or just mutants, like I had in the original show anyway. Before they made everything aliens, all the weird stuff and all the different creatures in the show was just explained as different as mutants, much like Clancy. And here it is. This is jelly from Shen. Like how I did this. Her full body. Well, picture right here doing this. Like what I did here. Next, I'm going to do another monster from Shen. I'm going to probably do Luna. Or, yeah, Luna. She's a moth alien. Well, the monster, one of Shen's monsters, based off of Big Chill and the Mothman. She's one of Shen's more shy monsters. Can be a little nervous around people, often clinging to Shen for comfort, but she is very protective and can become very dangerous if the time rises to protect Shen from danger. Much like Big Chill, she used her wings to cover herself like a cloak, like a small mantle. And her wings also cover her mouth, revealing her moth mouth. Let you decide. And here she is. This is Luna, the Moss Man creature from Shen 10, also based on Big Chill. Next one I'll be doing is Riptide. Riptide is based off of Rip Jaws from Ben 10, as well as mermaids. A lot of legends say that mermaids are beautiful temptresses, use their beautiful voices to lure a sailor to crashing the rocks so he can eat them. People forget mermaids aren't just beautiful, they're also dangerous predators. They're even more dangerous than sharks. You were born because they can use deception. And Riptide is also good to Shen. However, if her and Shen are in the water, she tend to her instincts tend to get the best of her. And when she's in the water, she can't often control herself and tries to eat Shen. But that's only when they're in the water. Her instincts take over, and she tries to eat him. So whenever in the water, she has to be watched over very carefully when they're in the water together. That Sanji for One Piece wouldn't let the second against those mermaids. He wouldn't let the second. Feel free to leave a comment about what you think about my Shen 10 thing. Even leave your suggestions about it. Let me know what you think in the comments about my Shen 10 series and what's your favorite Ben 10 episode from either series. Ben 10 Classic, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Ben 10 Omniverse, or the Ben 10 Reboot. Or even talk about something else like General Rex, like when Ben 10 and General Rex did their crossover. Or when Omniverse did a casual thing with Secret Saturdays. If only that was crossover more popular. I mean, they could have did a whole big crossover with Ben 10, General Rex, and Secret Saturdays. A triple crossover. That would have been a great episode, special. Maybe a two-part or a three-part episode. Maybe Dr. Animo, Van Kleiss, and Vivi Argoth working together. That'd be a little interesting to see Dr. Ammo and Van Clyce work together. With Dr. Ammo knowing about nanites and their mutation properties, he wanting to use that for experiments. Van Clyce being there, hoping Ammo's help to make him a new body, make experiments with new Evos. All kinds of stuff can happen. To mention the evil mutants that came from it. Here it is. This is Riptide. The mermaid, one of Shen's monsters, as well as often be an uncontrollable predator in the water. You have to be very careful watching over her. Next thing I'll draw is Sylphie. Sylphie is one of Shen's creation monsters, as well as one of the recent ones I've drawn. She's actually a fairy, a punk fairy, based off of pixie dust, one of Shen's lesser known aliens that resembles a fairy and happens to be Kyber's natural predator. Every alien there in the Omniverse show a different kind of natural predator for aliens. Even Kyber seemed to have a natural predator. I thought it was funny. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm gonna draw her. She's a punk. She's a punk fairy and rather troublemaker. She likes to cause trouble with Shen, and does feel bad when Shen gets in trouble because of her. She also happens to like nature and she likes fruit. Her favorite fruit are strawberries. Hello, Kiara, welcome to the stream. Hello, Kiara Q, welcome to the stream. Just drawing my character from Shen 10. Feel free to leave a comment and about your stuff, as well as tell me one of your favorite Ben 10 episodes from either series, whether it be Classic, Omniverse, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, the reboot, anyone really. My favorite episode from Classic is the Game Over episode when Ben and Gwen got stuck in the Super Slammers game. That's one of my favorite episodes. Coco Seppi. Uh, can you repeat that? What you were saying? My favorite episode, Game Over from Classic. As for Omniverse, I like, I think the one with the Secret Saturdays, or the one when Ben had to deliver packages for Mr. Bauman. Thank you. I enjoyed episode 2. I can't remember the name of that episode when in Omniverse where Ben had to deliver packages for Mr. Bauman, but I like that episode. I think Ultimate Alien episode with the one when Ben and General Rex crossed over. Because technically that's still a General Rex episode. And also an Omni and also a Ultimate Alien episode. One from Alien Force I like is the episode called Duped when Ben split himself into 3 different bins. That's one of my favorite ones. I don't really watch the reboot one. They changed too much of it. That one, Ben, and that one has his own Omnitrix. Isn't it the only one put to have it there is Albedo? Changed so much from it. And even half the enemies from the classic show aren't even in the new reboot. Only a handful. Well, like Animal, he's in it, and Vilgax, but he's still pretty weak. Over the years, Velcac is now seen as a joke. In Classic, he was a force to be reckoned with. Now, he's just a joke, plays a joke. Nice proportions. Well, thank you. Despite that, she's very friendly and can be quite childish with Shen. Like I said, she's a troublemaker. She likes rock music, likes fruit, and pulling pranks with Shen. Although she does feel bad when Shen gets in trouble because of her. Thank you for that, keenly done records. Thank you for the comment and welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to leave your opinion. One of the enemies from the classic series who actually back in the reboot was Dr. Animo, the Forever Knights, and Kevin. And also Vilgax. But once again changed. Thing is a joke. In classic he was a force to be reckoned with. Now in later season he's just seen as a joke. I think those are the only villains that are left from classic that are in the reboot. Then I had a whole bunch of new villains that are pretty flat. Giving Kevin his own Omnitrix feels kind of flat too. At that point, they just should have had Kevin just join the team already. Since he'd always be following Ben around. Also, Billy Billion was in it. He didn't show up till Omniverse. They changed Charmcaster a lot and Hex in the original series. Oh yeah, they did bring back Charmcaster and Hex from the classic series into a reboot. But they changed it a lot. In the classic show, Charmcaster was Hex's niece. In the reboot, Hex and Charmcaster aren't related. In fact, Charmcaster is the girl who found a spell bug and decided to become a witch, dangerous witch. Even Hex is seen as a joke now. And Zombozo is more on the show than before. Only a few enemies made it from classic to reboot, but they were changed dramatically. Then the whole new mechanic of rock forms, and then there's the armor mechanic they did for Ben 10. Feel like they're just doing different gimmicks, like they did with the Ultimatrix. Also in the reboot they gave Ben and Gwen another cousin named Penny. Thank you for the hearts. And there's Sophie, the fairy, the punk fairy, one of Shen's summons, as well as the troublemaker. Stop pulling pranks, and she loves fruit. Those who have saw my channel notice that each of my monsters I drew for Shen 10 has this around their neck, or one part of them. It's actually a collar. That once a monster is tamed, that part of a collar, that mark, symbol grows on them, forms around them, in the form of either a collar, or in this case right here a belt, or in the case of Yamato an armband. It binds them to Shen in the gauntlet. As they binds them to the gauntlet, much like the Omnitrix, the aliens are bound into it like the DNA, but the monsters that are inside the gauntlet aren't DNA samples. They're actual monsters who agree to be tamed. And a lot of these monsters right here were actually tamed by previous users in the past, before Shen got it. And while the monster is arsenal, Shen can use them. I think I got time for maybe one more. I think I'll do Nova. Next monster I'll draw is Nova. Nova is a spider lady monster. She's actually inspired by Ben 10's alien transformation spider monkey. But she's not a spider monkey. You were very talented, bro. This is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Keenly Done Records. If I'm pronouncing that right, I appreciate that. Feel free to follow me and subscribe for more videos, as well as from my comic suit up and whatever stuff I do. I'm drawing Luna. She's a spider girl, being a arachnid monster. She has glossy black fur, like spiked legs. I'm actually doing it on top of my head right now, but still, I actually did a lot for this one. Well, all the other ones really. Her abilities are super strong webbing. Her webbing can carry immense weight, strong enough to suspend vehicles or restrain large enemies. She has a paralytic venom, paralyzed enemies, as well as wall crawling because she's a spider. Also, another quirk I have for each of these monsters is that Nova actually likes to wrap Shen in her webbing. That's a playful joke. And she always lets them go afterwards. Like out of nowhere, Shen can be walking and then all of a sudden he's just wrapped in webbing. She does it as a joke. She thinks it's funny. But she always lets them go afterwards. She often decorates her webs with shiny objects and colorful objects she finds, treating it like art. She also likes creeping up around Shen and scaring him, as well as his cousin and grandmother. They don't often appreciate it, but she finds it funny. Still quite protective of Shen like the others. Using her web to bind enemies, and use her venom to paralyze them. Feel free to leave your comments on it about it, if you have ideas for other monsters. So far I've created 10 monsters, just like classic first 10 aliens from Ben 10. And my thing is Shen 10. Shen actually goes to live with her grandparents for the summer. Summer vacation, and Shen goes to stay with his grandparents for the summer. He was very excited about it until he saw that his cousins were there too. His cousins are twin cousins. Two twins. A boy and a girl. One named Kai, one named Kira. They don't often get along with Shen. Till Shen found the gauntlet in his grandparents' basement, attic. He put it on, and ever since then, just like the Omnitrix, he got stuck to him, and he can summon different monsters by turning the dial, just like on the Omnitrix. I'm still gonna have to give the gauntlet a new redesign, because the one I have is for it right now is kind of basic, and it needs a new look. I can always just do that one later. I only do Shen 10 from time to time. Not a big project, because my big project is Suit Up. I finally had a goal amount of Suit Up, and I want to get this in the actual comic stores. I think I'll try to go to a local comic book shop and see if I can get it published, get it to sell it over there. That'll be a big thing if it actually works. I actually have a published comic book in a comic book store. Shantan more like a side thing I do to pass the time when I'm bored. And maybe when I get some ideas, I'll start drawing some stuff for Shantan every now and then. You know what you think in the comments. Also, which classic villains from Ben 10 would you like to see return in Omniverse? And there she is. This is Nova. As you can see, here's the monsters I've done for Shen 10. This isn't all of them, but it is all I can do for this video. Riptide, Sylphie, Yamato, Jelly, Luna, and Nova. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream right here. It's been a good stream. Feel free to follow me and subscribe on YouTube for more videos, as well as more live streams. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I post more videos. Be on the lookout when I go on my trip to break some minifigs, as well as the other things I do, the convention I be attending, as well as the other stuff I do. Be sure to follow and subscribe for more videos, more live streams, and follow along on my Art Style Chronicles videos. See how I draw characters and even follow along. Also art tutorials with my Art Style Chronicles videos. Learn how to draw various characters and styles. Feel free to follow along with that. As well, leave a comment section about ideas for future Art Style Chronicles videos, as well as live streams. Feel free to support my channel, as well as check out my comic book, Suit Up, on Global Comics, as well as DeviantArt, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and my community boards on YouTube. Thank you all, and have a nice night.